people, we're back again with another tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to work with brightness, contrast, and also color adjustment in Photoshop. We'll be using not just the adjustments, we're also going to be using the camera raw filter as well. Now for the adjustments, what we can do here, we have a very nice image in Photoshop, although I'm a very big car fan, I won't lie. So first thing, we go to image, go to adjustments, and in adjustment we see brightness and contrast, right? So when we turn this on, what we can do with this is very simple. We can just simply increase the brightness of this, make that bright as we want, or we can make it as dark as we want. And then we can also work on the contrast by reducing the contrast of this to reduce the blacks, or increase it to make it look more like, luxury kind of thing. So I'm just gonna I just like leave it around here. Okay, so that's how that one works. So go back to adjustments again. We have levels, right? And the levels, what we can set is the highs, lows, midtones, and all that. So we can just simply work on the darks, the blacks. We can work on the brightness with this one, just like the midtones, and then we can work on the highlights. So you see that, right? We can work on highlights with this one. So there's also an automatic function. You can click on auto, but sometimes auto function doesn't really function the way you want it to be, depending on how the image is. So if we go to adjustments, we have other ones. We have vibrant, we have color balance, we have white and black. You can try these settings yourself and explore and see where they lead. But okay, let's go to color balance. On color balance, we can simply click on that and adjust this cyan area. And you see what this gives us, right? So I can just simply put it to something like this because I want a little bit of brown effect on it. And I can just click on this one to add a bit of purple or green, but it's too green, so I can take it down to a bit and give it a little bit of yellow or a little bit of blue to just cool it off a little bit. So this works on both the midtones, the shadow settings, and the highlights. So now I've got the hang of how the brightness and contrast works. I'm just going to take us straight to color filter, to the camera raw filter, which is actually, if you go to filter, you're going to see it there. So we just simply around here, go to filter, camera raw filter, click on it, and it's going to come up. So when it does come up, now you can see there are two samples here, right? There's one from the camera raw filter, and there's the other one from the original picture. So for this one now, this way I want to show you something. And this mostly ones I've seen images where you see kind of like brown leaves and stuff, and it kind of like gives that very nice, awesome feel. Also on basic here, you can also set how cool you want the image to be or how warm you want the image to be. So that depends on what you want. You can also set your exposure. You can also set your contrast. And with a bit of more contrast, you can set your highlights and how you want it. This one is actually more interesting because you get to control so many things yourself. But it works best with raw images, right? Because JPEGs are usually compressed images, so you can work best. It works best with raw images where you can control a lot of things by yourself. And although I use it a lot of times when I kind of like adjust pictures before I work on them or before I use them for my designs. So you can add a little bit of texture, a little bit of clarity. I like my clarity to be around between 4 to 6 or 7. Depends on what you want. Also, you can work on vibrance here and also your saturation. You can desaturate it or you can make it like less, you know what I mean. So for me, what we'll do this as a desaturation, we're going to come down to color mixer. Now this is the fun part where some of you must have seen some magic done online where you see the grass is like green or it's brown, but it was shot in green, right? So let's go to hue and saturation. Let's go to hue, right? And in hue, this is where the magic happens. You see where you have greens, right, and aquas. So we're going to click on greens. We're going to move this knob a little to the left side. Now you notice the grass begins to change, right? It's no longer green like it's supposed to be. Now it's looking brownish. That's what we want. And that's what a lot of you want. So we're just going to like fix the yellows, give it a bit of orange. Work on the oranges a little bit. Give the sunlight a little bit of that orange. Notice the sunlight shading at the top. And we're going to like, okay, make this one a little bit low. And after this is done, you can come back to these settings and come to saturation. Increase it a little bit. We're going to give it a little bit of shadow. and some kind of like blacks, a little bit of less highlights, and a bit of more contrast. I think I like more on the contrast thing, right? It's quite unfortunate I didn't like separate this image though, so that you can see the difference between the original and the next one. But I guess you get the whole idea, right? This is the original, and this is the one that I kind of like changed. Now it looks actually very cool. I won't even lie, it's actually looking nice. But we can still add more on the colors, I guess. So let's just go back to color and see if I can add a little bit of more orange on this. And the saturation, I'm just going to increase this a little bit, and this one a little bit, and orange a little bit more. So it's looking pretty nice, right? You can see the difference between the two of them. You can see the very clear difference between the two of them. And this is how you carry out this whole settings and all adjustments on Camera Raw. You click on OK, automatically it just loads up and gives you this amazing feel. So guys, try it out, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.